Welcome to Rocki's Reality. Get ready for unfiltered and unapologetic culture, entertainment, relationships, and a little bit of politics on Motor City Woman Radio. Follow Rocki's Reality on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. In the meantime, let's go. Welcome to Rocki's Reality. I am your host, Rocki. Glad to see all of you again. We are in the new studio with audio engineers of Detroit. So shout out to Robin and Michael Kinney for always making it happen. Loving the new studios, loving the crushed velvet chairs. Happy holidays to everyone. I am here today with that girl. And if y'all don't know who that girl is, Natasha Lee. It's so many titles that you're creative professional, business enthusiast, visionary, business coach, marketing guru, public relations, maven, just a mogul all around, women's empowerment specialist, I want to call her, because I love how when you did the tour and you ran around.
Yeah, that was
the bus tour. I forgot what was the name of it.
It was That Girl Biz Boost tour.
Yes, I love it. Yes. But it was another one you were doing where you went and you were pretty much giving.
Oh, the award.
When you were going to different women and surprising them
every year.
And so that's part of That Girl. But also you have make your dreams come true.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And then what else am I missing?
No, those are the two primaries.
Okay, that you're doing.
Yes.
Okay, but you've been on ABC, NBC, CBS, pretty much all of the major stations, y'all. Plus, of course, Rolling Out.
And by the way.
Sister to Sister, Source Magazine. So pretty much any publication you can think of, Natasha's been there. And so just welcome today.
Oh,
I'm glad
so
we finally
to
able to get our schedules synced up. Just want to right now give you your flowers because you are definitely one of the dopest women that I've met. I love how you rock. Let me give a shout out to you as a fellow curvy woman. I love how you gives it to us all the time with the looks.
Oh, thank you.
Definitely are an inspiration.
Oh, you too though.
Thank you.
Okay, I love your vacation pics. I'm like, you better do it, Rocki. It's a 2-piece for me.
Listen. If I could be rocking a 2-piece now, I would. You hear me?
I'm telling you, send me to the beach, please.
That's part of what the pandemic taught me. You better get out here and live while you can, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Don't let a few rolls or dips stop y'all. So to all the ladies out there, I don't care what your size is. Get you a 2-piece before you die. I'm serious.
Before you die, get a 2-piece. Because I definitely wear them, and I'm just not ashamed. I think it's just okay to be human. I think, the beach and the water does not have a size or... a criteria for what you should look like. I think we as humans just have this perception of who should do something and who shouldn't.
Exactly.
When really, it's really about what you feel like doing.
Exactly.
And what you want to do. So I kind of take that energy, whether it be me wearing clothes or in business or whatever it is. It's like, I know that I'm the person ultimately in charge of the decision that I make.
Absolutely. So that must be why you are also one of, what were you named also in 2021 along with Oprah? And is it Jim Carrey?
No, Jim Quick, Oprah Winfrey, alongside some amazing global influencers. I was named that's top 500 global influencers of the year alongside Oprah Winfrey and Jim Quick by Brains Magazine, who I'm actually also a contributor for as well. But Oprah Winfrey is definitely a high for me.
Okay. Did you get to meet her?
So much. No, I've never. That's the goal. Like,
right.
I'm gonna be on her network.
We ain't met her yet. Yeah. We're gonna put it out there. We're gonna be on Sunday Soul. We're gonna be on Sunday Soul, Oprah.
I'm gonna have a talk show on her network for sure.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Let's claim it.
For sure.
No, let's claim it.
Yes,
seriously.
And I feel it wholeheartedly. Like, that's the go-to. It's gonna happen. I'm definitely manifesting it for sure.
Absolutely.
And working toward it too, though. So, we can't manifest without working toward it,
Right. You just can't light a candle and say a prayer and not bust your ass and do some work.
Exactly.
Like, seriously.
For real. I think that's a huge misconception with the youth right now and just a social media presence where they believe that when they start a business, they're supposed to go straight to the top, to the pros. And it's just not realistic, you know. You have to put the work in. Even if you get there from clout and followers, you still have no idea what to do once you're there.
Yeah, because I was about to say now, a lot of them are getting that instant success. That is happening. But now it seems like, but are you staying there? Do you got staying power?
But what is success, though? We can talk about, you know, having followers, but if you're not monetized, if you're not selling a product or a service, or you're not in business, then you're just being looked at. And what is the point in being looked at if you're not getting any money from it? You know, we got this term IG models. You can't compare an IG model to a Naomi Campbell or a Coco Rocha or any of those people, because they're being paid for their trade and in a great way by notable brands and things like that. And I'm not knocking IG modeling or any of those. I was gonna say, because they get paid too. Because they get paid too. Like, I just started getting paid from Instagram. Okay, yes. So I definitely understand that there is money involved, but it's still followers. Before there were followers in social media, business always existed, right? Which means that the money is offline. The money has always been offline. Online is what we use to share, you know, what we have going on, and it makes it go more viral, but it doesn't make money because you're seen. It doesn't make money. My son has 2.1 million followers in his gaming group. Does he have $2.1 million? You know what I'm saying? Like,
all right, mama. You just like a mama calling him out like, what you doing with it, though?
But you know what? But he's so successful, though. He's extremely successful, and he makes a great deal of wealth from doing what he does. But the point is that his wealth isn't based off of how many followers he has. And we got to get out of the just the energy that we need followers and likes to be successful. We have to learn how to do the work offline. Is my point.
Meet people in person too. That's definitely a practice that whenever I have a new client, I insist on calling them. We can email a couple times, but I need to call you too, because I need to hear your voice. You need to hear mine. And it's nothing like a handshake. It's nothing like seeing people in person. It's still, it might be old fashioned, but it's still, as you said, that foundational principles of business still work.
It's the best. You can try to close a deal through email. So I come from a virtual world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it can be done. It definitely can be done.
Like, my whole business is based off of virtual. You know, working.
Make your dreams come true.
Dreams come true. So actually, Make Your Dreams Come True started as a virtual call center, and then it emerged into becoming a BPO, which is exactly the employer that I quit.
BPO,
which is a business processing outsourcing agency.
Okay.
So they, from fulfillment to marketing to design to graphics to consulting, you name it, it gets done there. So essentially, it makes business dreams become a reality by sourcing out, outsourcing to other entities or people to get the job done. So I, at the time, was working in Bud Co. in Highland Park. And
this about how long ago?
16 and a half years ago.
Okay, almost 20 years. All right. Okay.
And Ford and Chrysler were outsourcing to them their extended service plan warranty department. So I was a part of a small elite team. It was probably about 8 of us. And they paid us really cool. At the time, I was 21 years old. So they were paying anywhere between $6K to $8K a month, which was dope, you know.
For 21-year-old,
yeah, for 21. I thought I was Rick Ross for sure.
I bet.
Every day I'm hustling, so you know. But I was also, you know, a mom, a teen mom, 2-time teen mom. So I had young kids, and I would only see them during my lunch break when I picked them up for school to take them to my mom's, then pick them up, then we go home, we do it all over again. So I really kind of felt like I was missing out on their life or whatever, and walking in this cubicle and I'm doing great things, which was creating my own personal sales strategy to sell the extended service plans. So nobody else was doing this, you know. I was just like, okay, I'm going to sell it this way. I'm going to do this. And so I created a strategy to work from home while I was on maternity leave with my last child, the baby girl, Tia. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this at home so I can keep my commission checks coming in while, you know, I work. So they agreed. And I developed a program to help me sell better. And when I came back into the office, they sat me down with Harley Davidson to close a deal. And the meeting went well, and they were just really impressed about it. And my supervisor, Gary Taylor, at the time, really changed my life after that meeting, because he called me into his cubicle and he said, Natasha, that went so well. Everyone is talking. Oh my gosh, if you want to change your schedule, you can. He like ready to give me the do whatever you want to do. You the winner. And I'm like, yes, okay. Now this is great. Is there a raise coming, you know?
Okay.
So he was like, do you know how much money you made us in the last 6 months? I said, Gary, why would I be counting y'all money? Like, it's your money. But he said, but you should know. And I said, well, how much money did I make you guys in the last 6 months? He said $1 million from one. You mean to tell me I made you $1 million on the phone in 6 months from a strategy that I created? Cool. I go to I say, wow, I just had to let it, sink in. But I walked to the cubicle right after and I called my mom, who passed away 7 years ago. And I called her and I said, Ma, I'm about to quit this job. She said, girl, you got these kids. You ain't about to quit this job. You got to take care of these kids. You got to do this. You got to do that. I said, no, Ma, you got to listen. I said, I just made them $1 million in the last 6 months off a strategy that I created. And she said, you did? I said, yeah. She said,
she was quiet. Like, you did? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to listen to this.
And she was like, F it, quit. So when she said that, I knew that she was going to take care of them kids if anything went wrong.
Girl, thank God for the village, okay?
Okay,
listen.
for real.
Right.
And that was like the confidence that I really needed.
Right.
I knew that my ex-husband and I knew my mom at the time, my husband, my mom, my father, my siblings, that if I took this leap, that they were going to cover me. But at the time, because I made the amount of money that I was making, I was able to pay my salary and my sister-in-law's salary, who I convinced to quit her job at Blockbuster. And it went well because Blockbuster actually went out of business the next year.
Exactly.
And literally changed her whole life. And then from there, her whole way of life and working, she hasn't worked outside of her home in the same length of time as I have it,
I love it.
And so we convinced my brother to let me open up the call center in his basement. And I don't know how and why he said yes, but he did, because I had a whole house. I laugh about this every time I tell the story, because I'd be like, why didn't I have it at my own house? Like, why did I have it at my big brother's house? But it worked because his wife was the supervisor, and I would train her on what I need her to do, and then she would train the staff, and she would run the staff. So anyway, it ended up being 3 rotating shifts out of his house, out of the basement, right? And one midnight, it was somebody that came in. I had just hired. He was like, who is that? I'm like, that's so-and-so. And so I just hired him. He was like, girl, you got to get up out of my house. You got to go get a building. You have to go get a building. And literally at the time, it was going so well, I wasn't even thinking about a building. I was thinking about how I'm about to keep trapping this basement.
Right. So, because the call center, though, what would they handle? Like customer service for different companies?
So let's talk about that. That's a good question, Robin.
Yeah.
We did everything for some of the biggest companies in the world. Like, I'm talking about major retail companies, because I'm under an NDA, I can't say who it is. Okay. Major amusement parks, major telecommunications companies, the devices that we use, them, American Idol, every fast food chain that you can imagine, every infomercial that you see on TV.
So you're fielding their customer service calls?
We did customer service, sales, tech support, all 3.
Okay.
So we were that, and then also telemarketing outbound as well. So it started here just virtual throughout the United States, throughout the UK. We did medical transcription, billing. We just literally in every industry we were doing something different depending on which client it was. So they were outsourced to our firm. And I ended up going from 1 employee to 600 and then 900 ultimately.
So you had to get out that basement. You got into a building. Okay.
And then from there, I didn't like the cold, the winters here in Michigan, and the snow and all of that, right? So it came to that first winter, and I had to snow and get contractors and do all of this stuff. I say, oh yeah, everybody working from home. We're going virtual like we supposed to be. So when COVID broke out and everybody started talking about work from home and work from home jobs, I'm like, if y'all don't stop, don't talk to me. I've been doing it for literally 14 years.
And that really proved that it could happen for a lot of jobs. It really did prove that. And because a lot of people are not trying to go back into the office anymore.
And
because you don't have to. Money. You said what?
It saves the corporation so much money.
Right. You don't have to pay me for travel costs. If you're a company that pays for that, you don't have to worry about me being in your break room as much. It's not as much utilities being used. Supplies are not being used as much.
And we had a very long time where the work from home concept was in beta, because I started 16 and a half years ago. COVID allowed the rest of the world, which is 2 years ago. And when I started 16 and a half years ago, there were already people that was doing it before me. So quite honestly, this virtual, nothing is new. We think it's new because it's just now catching up.
It's new
and
to
right
us.
now, what we're doing is also, in a recession, is really when we are creating new rules. And actually, I started Make Your Dreams Come True during the recession. They needed something new. The automotive industry was tanking at the time. So I actually had the opportunity to transition a lot of automotive workers into customer service, sales, and tech sort of supports, and entrepreneurship, teaching them how to become entrepreneurs during that time. And it also set a lot of standards for my industry at that time. But right now, this recession has now shifted me to a whole nother way of doing business. And I'm sure it's going to catch up later. But now I understand how it works, that there's always someone before you. There's always someone before you. And I don't think a lot of us really pay attention to that, you know. So.
Someone's paving the way. Definitely, someone definitely paving the way. Nothing is new under the sun, as my mama say. You know, y'all just think y'all. I mean, just like we see with our kids, they think they doing something new.
Nothing.
You ain't. I done been there, bought the T-shirt.
Yes.
It be so amusing to me, some of the stuff they do. So let's talk about That Girl.
Okay.
How that came about.
Man,
I think it was inspired by your mom.
It was.
Okay.
It was. So my mother
Rest in peace. Rest in heaven, mama.
So, you know what? My mother was affectionately known as That Girl everywhere we went. She was that girl in the house. So it was like, I'm that girl everywhere she went. This is what she said. Like, people see her. That's that girl. And it's so wild that it's happening to me right now. Me and my brothers and sisters, we laugh about it or whatever. But my mother would literally walk into a room. I'm that girl, period. Like, she had it. She was so fly. My mother was a class act. She was really into fashion, but she was really, her whole life work was her kids and grandkids. So, and her passion was loving kids. She really helped raise a lot of kids, all while being extremely fly. Okay. And she always taught us to be leaders, not followers. I've heard that my entire life since I've been breathing. Be a leader, not a follower. If she see me following, she gonna pull me to the side and be like, oh, that's what you do. And she also just really allowed me as a child to explore my imagination beyond my wildest dreams. Like, I could tell my mother that even though she wasn't educated, right, we are, you know what I'm saying? I could tell her, Mom, I got to go to this library 2 hours away, an hour away. She'd be like, okay, go. You know, it was never, or I'll be like, I want to be the president. Okay, do it. It doesn't matter what I said as long as it was positive. She would say, okay, do it. But she would never say, but. It was just, okay, do it. So in my mind, I could do whatever I wanted to do. And that's literally how I live my life. And so that
Which goes beyond you being formally educated.
Exactly.
Because even if mama wasn't formally educated, she still had that wherewithal and that determination.
Oh, what?
Because I had to tell my son that, like, you can have the talent. You can have the flash, but you need to have the determination and discipline.
Yes.
Yeah, and that encouragement too.
You
and
gotta
that's good
have
your
that
mom didn't limit
encouragement.
you.
That's what, and I love that she never put a limit on anything that I did. Even when making mistakes, I was a 2-time teen mom. She still never told me I wasn't about to be nothing or I couldn't do it. I still was living life just like I didn't have them like, oh, I'm about to do this. It was still go ahead. It was still go ahead. So when she passed away, it was very traumatic. She passed away reaching for me. It was just me and my kids there. We were having Grandma's Day. before school. It was the first week of school. And she had these days where it would be grandma's day. They get goodies. They go shopping, blah, 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 blah. Listen, spoiled. Like, I was spoiled. They were spoiled. So it was really a beautiful experience. But she passed away that day reaching for me, and I didn't know how to help her. It took me I'm just now truly healing from the experience. And
do you ever really truly heal, though, from something like that, I wonder?
Time.
I don't know if you get over something like that. I don't know if you could say, "Oh, I'm getting over that," because
I can say I'm healing from it for sure. For the first 2 years, I couldn't even sleep, so I didn't even know what sleep was like. I was kind of like a zombie, just really indulged into work, just
autopilot,
right? And then at the time, that happened. I was also with my ex-husband for 22 years, and we started going through a divorce really at the exact same time. So I was in a very sunken place.
Oh, wow.
And I remember sitting at the table with my cousin, Amishi, cousin, sister, Amishi, and we were talking about, I said, I'm going to start a t-shirt line called That Girl. And I'm going to have a red lip because my mother always wore red lips. And it's going to have the lip origin. And then we kind of like envisioned it out at the table. And from there, I went and I did it. I designed my own logo. And I put it on a shirt. But really, I'm a tech girl. I'm a nerd. Like, that I love to mix the two. Fashion with tech and fashion with anything. Because presentation is everything. That's what you really, come to understand. But I've always just had a passion for like fashion, tech, engineering, science, math, just anything, just, enlightening, the Bible, let's research history. So I knew that fashion was a gateway to draw dope women in. And so for a couple of years, I just presented it as fashion. And then I added on the business services. Then I added on the app. Then I added on the collaborations, and just brick by brick by brick, just like I built.
So all while still having my dreams, make your dreams come true. You still with that girl, okay?
Yes, for sure. And I kind of just made them marry each other. So I'm kind of like that girl who makes business dreams a reality.
Okay.
And so they both actually Make Your Dreams Come True. Supports is powered by Make Your Dreams Come True. And so that's been a beautiful journey because now I literally have completed the empire. Like now, from everything from books to television show to a clubhouse, a physical That Girl clubhouse to
right. Yeah, congratulations! You're gonna be on Impact Network.
I'm gonna be recording at the Impact Studio.
Okay.
Yes. The network is being announced very soon.
Okay, I'm gonna say exclusive.
I'm gonna give it to you first.
So it's gonna be a talk show, or what's
It's going to be a talk show. It is literally what I do in real life. A lot of people cannot grasp what I'm doing because they say, "Oh my God, you're doing everything." It's like you just do whatever, and I'm like, no, it's actually a structure to this, guys.
Exactly.
And I want to be able to show behind the scenes how I can take literally a blank canvas and turn it into something just really extraordinary for each individual client or the results I'm able to get. And I'm a sort of person, if you wasn't there, I really don't care if you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be there with me because I might not put the footage out, And if you didn't have the experience, I'm sorry you didn't get a chance to see it. But the people who were there, they got a chance. Even the Drew Sidora bringing her there and awarding her. Like, if you wasn't there, right today, I still haven't even put the footage out. But you had to be there. You know what I'm saying?
It was wonderful. It was. I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
It was dope.
And so even that, like, just so many things that I do behind the scenes that I don't have the energy or the time to share. And I think the talk show will be able to give a more fuller inside look of actually what I do from the beginning to the end and the different facets or the different industries I'm able to switch into.
Yeah, let's talk about that. What are some of the corporations? We know the Pistons are one.
Yes, y'all.
The Detroit Pistons.
Can y'all please?
Basketball.
Yes.
Start winning, please. I mean,
don't do my team. Don't do them.
Listen,
don't do them.
I am a fan of Detroit teams all day because I'm a Detroiter. But I'm like, come on, y'all. I need y'all to come on back like the Lions been
Yeah,
but that's dope. Period.
The Pistons been doing their thing.
But despite that, the organization of the Pistons is stellar.
I love them.
So that's just dope right there.
Yes,
that you partnered with them.
Man.
And what are some other ones that you partnered with?
And by the way, you guys, I need you guys to go to pistons.com/thatgirl to get your tickets for the season, okay? We have the cheapest tickets to the Midwest region, and it is to support small businesses and youth organizations.
Okay,
so
good. I'm gonna have to
that was the plug. Get a ticket, y'all. Get the tickets.
Yep. Right, tell the website again.
So that's going to be pistons.com/thatgirl.
All right.
All season long. Don't get your tickets from anywhere else. You have to get them from me. So we got, the Pistons. That's really dope. But other companies that I've partnered with along the way is Wix.com. I love them so much. And we actually started our businesses the same year. And I think their platform is actually what gave me a lot of leverage coming straight in. I'm a self-made entrepreneur, so I had to do a lot of hard work.
Stuff.
So to have that relationship with them and to be able to, gain shared revenue and really transform people's lives by simply using a platform, I love that. I love their partner environment and resources and how they bring us together. I have some extraordinary memories with other Wix partners and designers and from all over the world, and they really helped me change lives. So I'm probably going to always be partnered with them. Also, Melio Payments, since 2020, they are a accounting software that's partnered with like QuickBooks, and I'm partnered with QuickBooks as well. And you can integrate the platform, the financial integration with any platform that you're working with. It helps you bookkeep, pay vendors, pay contractors, things like that. So that's been since 2020. I'm also an affiliate partner of Google, reselling their G Suite products as well as other products that they have that complements things that my clients need. Typically, I'm working with everybody from kids. I got kidpreneurs, influencers, small business owners, corporations that I work with, and they all need these different resources to keep them going. So if I'm going to be consulting, I may as well become a partner too, so that I can get paid for that as well. And I think those partnerships strengthen my organizations. Also, I had the opportunity to work with Macy's, MAC Cosmetics, just so many corporations.
I should say, who haven't you worked with yet? And so what makes you decide to partner with someone? What makes you say this is going to be a good fit? I'm going to proceed.
I have to. When I say I have to love the culture, I have to love a corporation's culture, how they treat their customers as well as their partners, their employees. That's important to me. And if I really believe in their product, I'm just not partnering with companies just for the sake of it, because it's really easy to do. But if I don't, I realize that if I don't believe in it, I'm just not even gonna sell it.
Exactly.
I'm not even gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So what makes me really move is, number one, can I use it, and can my clients use it? How's the customer service? Can I speak to someone direct in the executive office? And if I can't do that, I definitely don't work with them. And everyone I named off, I have direct contacts where I can be like, yo, my client, a situation where my client website was duplicated, where they took her information, they built it on a Wix platform, right? And they stole her Instagram and all of these things. Well, because of the relationship that I had, I was able to call Wix and say, hey, that website, take it. That's not my client. Take it down. It's fraud. That is like, so it makes you feel great that you have the relationship. I can even think about a time my ex-husband worked at a job. It was Tower Automotive out on Hallway, but they're actually international. And at the time, they were also my client, even though they became my client after he was there 3 years, but I acquired his corporation as my client.
Oh, wow.
And
while y'all were still married?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And that was why I wasn't right, but it worked out perfect because he was in a medical situation, and his supervisor at the time was telling him that he couldn't leave and go to the hospital. And he was literally having an experience where he felt like he was about to have a stroke. And I'm like, he was so concerned about still having income that he was not willing to walk off the job. So guess what I did? I reached right out to my corporate client and I said, hey, I want you guys to know that my husband, he works for you guys. And this is the plant that he's working at. And right now he's letting me know that he's having stroke-like symptoms and his supervisor is not letting him leave. I said, now, what I think would be really wise of you is you to call them and let them know that they should really let him leave because I'm going to own this place if he dies.
Girl.
And they were like, oh, no, you know, Natasha, because I had a relationship with them. Like, we love you, blah, blah. They called the supervisor, told them, let him go. The supervisor called me. She's like, here's my number in case you need me. Like, oh, we best friends now.
I bet.
Yes, it was. Yes.
And it is about relationships. It is definitely about building
80%,
relationships. Yeah.
80%
so
of business
let's
is
talk about that a little bit more. Let's talk about the adverse part of that sometimes, how relationships go sour. How do you deal with that when a partnership or some type of business deal has gone awry? And then, you know, some folks will put it on blast, they'll put it out there, and you like, oh my Lord. A lot of damage control has to happen. Like, so what, talk about.
It happens a lot. Like, I have all sorts of things that are amazing happening within my companies. And then there's also things that goes down like, whoa, I can't believe this is happening. So yes, you fall out and you have to end partnerships. You have to fire people. You no longer want to work with them. And so I would say it's the best thing for me is I'm a very transparent person from the door. Very transparent person. So if there's something that I'm doing in the situation to make it bad, I'm the one to come to the table to say, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm trying to rectify to fix the situation. You know, can you be patient, blah, blah, blah. And then there's others where you're like, you know what? I don't want this anymore. I don't care what happened. Just take it away.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
And you have to be ultimately the person to make those decisions. I personally do not like having any quarrels with anyone, you know, but I'm with the smoke though, for real. You know,
I mean, we're from the east side, so if we gotta go there, we will.
You know.
I mean, if
definitely.
it's necessary.
The east side girl is present at all times,
I mean,
but
oof.
mostly though, I love to be in a state of love, like, you know, reasonable, able to understand circumstances. I'm able to have a conversation with someone who has taken a false step against me without being angry. Like literally just
Teach
talking
me how
about.
you do that.
It took us some time now. Let's get it.
I'd be ready to chop their head off.
No, because
like,
you realize that it's business. Like,
Yeah.
you really, truly, when you know that it's business and it's not personal, and because I'm a woman, a black woman who's been in the room, most of the rooms I've been in, I've been the only black person. The only black woman. The youngest person in the room. So, I mean, tested my whole life, you know. And so you have to learn how to speak, to defend yourself, and to check someone professionally without getting that angry, because you don't want the angry black girl rep or you're angry, you know, because we have, unfortunately, our culture has that anger, your anger. Nope, I'm just really loud and I'm just really transparent and I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. And
if I was a white woman, I might be reacting this. I might be angry as well. See, it's okay when they angry though, but when we angry, it's a problem. But no.
And I think I love being in those spaces because I'm able to teach them how to deal with our culture
I was about to say,
better.
I'm teaching you how to deal with me. Exactly.
And I'm also
you teach people how to treat you.
Yes, and I have really transparent conversations with other cultures. I love, because I'm a person who loves everybody. You could be orange, yellow, blue, green. I could care less what your color. I don't even see color when I'm looking at people. Sometimes when I'm reminded of who, you know, that I even got a color, I be like, oh, wait a minute, did she just try to treat me black?
Right.
Oh, wait.
Right.
Wait, you know, and my cousin was like,
wait a minute.
It was so funny. I said, she was like, girl, you black. I'm like, oh my God, yes, I am. But it's not that you forget. It's just that I'm just used to being human.
Right, exactly. I'm still a person.
I'm a person.
Right.
So I expect for another person to treat me like a person without me having to say, oh, that's a black woman, that's a white woman, that's a Chinese woman, that's an Indian woman. Like, I'm just a woman. I'm a woman. And I got this skin color, but that don't mean that my experiences are any different than you as a woman, besides the barriers that are created by skin. Outside of that, we literally are going through the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go through life like that. So when I'm having situations in business, I'm really frank. I'm straight to the point, no chaser. You're not about to guess what's going on. You don't have to wonder. I've told you. And I also give a lot of chances because I know sometimes I like to give opportunities to people who are fresh because I know what it's like to work really hard to get there. But I also realize
you need a chance. Everybody need a chance.
Everybody need a chance. So I give a lot of chances out, and I've had to pull back from that because I realized that a certain amount of etiquette need to be taught before that. Sometimes people need more relationship building or more resources, more skills, more talent, more patience than what they have. And also the idea that they're supposed to be at the top when they walk in the door. That is beyond me. Okay, like
this generation,
like
I don't get it.
Now you just came here yesterday.
No,
You didn't
it's the Instagram generation, I believe.
Yes,
and Insta.
Yes,
the word itself. Insta.
Yes, instant. It is not instant, my love.
Now here's the thing. You might have instant success, but how long you gonna stay there? Do you have staying power?
It's like a lottery winner.
That's my thing. You only gonna be it's you like a flash in the pan a lot of times. So that's my frustration that I have as well. That I'm busting my ass trying to do things with integrity. I'm doing research. I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm attending workshops. I'm doing all of this stuff, and then it's like others who don't. You're like,
but you want to know?
Are you putting in that work?
Yeah,
but you trying to understand? Like, it seems like stuff is not as merit based as it used to be.
Well, oh yeah, I think that's the world. The
right.
world,
like it's just like it don't matter. People just want to see how good and flashy and trendy you are, how many followers you are. Do you care if I actually know what the hell I'm doing though? Do you care if I have integrity?
You want to know what, y'all? I think about Muhammad Ali all the time. This one interview that I saw him have, and it has resonated with me throughout my career, which is that you have to look a certain type of way in order to reach our people. You have to be these flashy people or eccentric into material things to reach a certain audience. You have to move a certain type of way in order for them to hear you, right? And it's so true. I get people all the time who tell me I'm just too humble. Like, you're too humble. You're too humble. But what am I supposed to be exactly? Like,
you humble, not hidden, though. You're not hidden, though. You're humble, but you're not hidden.
Exactly. But
shout out to my therapist for that line, girl. She was like, you can be humble, but you don't need to be hidden.
Exactly.
I was like, oh,
exactly.
You're right.
And there's no such thing as bragging in business. We get a lot of people that actually fade to black because they feel like that them talking about their project or that upcoming business or any of those things that they're bragging. But there's no such thing as bragging in business. We see commercials and advertisements and people talking about their businesses all the time. It's not that it's that people have a problem with you doing it, right? So they say that it's bragging because you're doing it. Oh my gosh! Oh, that
I wish I had a bell.
When Beyonce do it, it's lit, but when you do it, it's like
it's a girl.
You're gonna do that? What, we just at the Beyonce concert clapping? Like, what are you talking about?
Listen,
like, or if you're talking about dropping your project and oh, you're going to do it that way, or you're going to do this. Listen, don't listen to anybody when it comes to you fulfilling your dream. At the end of the day, it's just you. And in reference to the Insta and the following, guys, that's all. It's just perception. It's just like watching a commercial. A commercial is going to show us the best part of their product, the best part of their business. You just asked me about, oh my gosh, how does it go down when a partnership goes wrong? You don't see a commercial talking about the partnership went wrong, so you automatically believe that partnerships just work. But the reality of it is that you have to mesh with the right people. You have to be on one accord, just like business is just like having a baby and being married. A partnership, like if you're not mashing well, if you're not able to communicate, if you're not able to, you know what I'm saying,
resolve
conflicts, compromise, then you're not going to be good partnering with anyone, because you're always thinking about making those decisions yourself or not wanting help. I also get a lot of things when it comes to small businesses, Rocki. Look, I'm looking at
you
Robin.
called me that the first time, and I was like, I let it go.
Shout out, Robin.
Robin's behind the scenes, y'all. She here, though.
I'm not crazy, okay? Rocki and Robin, they driving me.
She rocking Robin. I get it.
Rockin' Robin.
I know what you meant the first time. I'm like your grandma used to say, you know who I mean. You know what I mean.
Yes. By the time you call all the kids, you know what I'm saying. I think that a lot of times small businesses, the perception of what business is actually what hinders them. Is that they're always trying to follow something that someone is doing online instead of a blueprint that they create.
Because
just follow its structure. The difference between corporations and small businesses, and especially
they gonna do what they do. They ain't gonna give a damn what others are doing. Yep.
Period. But they also got a real plan. They have a structure in place. They have automation in place. They have teams in place. They're not learning everything themselves. They learn well enough to teach someone else and to know what someone else is doing. We, on the other hand, when we are, especially in poverty-stricken neighborhoods, small business owners, we are taught we got to learn every single thing, and vendoring is the way to get out there, okay? So a lot of times when I speak to small business owners, their mind don't even go past vendor and this. Like, these are the only things that they feel like they need in business. So when I get to break it down, like, okay, let's do this. And you have to ease it in, because that's the only perception that the African-American community in those neighborhoods are giving for business. And then they meet a person like me that come from the hood and go back to the hood. Like, no, come here, let me show you how to do this. And I'll be so happy when I get the people who let me do it, because I'm really able to change their trajectory than they, more than they would have ever imagined had they not met me, and tried to do it on their own and did not outsource to me. Like, I hear it every day, all day long, that I'm going to get a message every day I wake up that, thank you. I'm definitely getting a thank you message from somebody somewhere when I wake up, So I love that, but it's ever more beautiful to me when it's a person who's come from nothing. I love that.
And now they can see the person that possibilities, and that's, I think that's part of what our role is when we are working with clients, and when I'm working with clients, to introduce you to something that you didn't understand or know about before I met you. Like, I was just telling one of my clients that earlier, like, look, I can take your money next time and do the same thing we did this time, but next time, to make it more bang for your buck, this is what I suggest we do. Because I don't want to just keep taking your money to do this basic shit. I want to get you to the next level. And he was like, I didn't even think about that. I'm like, yeah, because I can easily take your money and just do the bare minimum. But that's not the integrity. That's not
And for me, I fire clients all the time. Like, if you're not...
let's talk about that, where you have to tell them, like, no.
I'm telling you, you're not it. You're not ready, because... By the time you've reached me, I've literally been working with elite companies, experts in the industries, right? So I want to present my clients in a certain type of way. You have to be ready. So if you're not willing to put in the work,
that's what I told mine. If you want them to take you serious, this is what we need to do. If you want them to treat you,
if you want to sit at the table,
right? Because even if you are a small business, you need to think like a big corporation. Ain't nobody going to Meijer saying, "Can I get a discount? Can I pay you half?" And then no, y'all not doing that at Macy's.
Nowhere.
You're not going to the car dealership doing that.
Nowhere.
You coming with the money. So that's how we need to project our business as well, and putting and not just the money, but just also, like you said, having those processes in place, being professional.
I love that. And you're totally right, Rocki. But the other, I want to do it so bad, Rocki, Robin. Okay, so but you're totally right, Rocki. But one of the other things that I also want to encourage any small business or entrepreneur who's watching us right now is stop wanting fast money all the time. fast, that now money is not longevity money. It is not setting you up for wealth. It's not setting you up for retirement. Everything, every project, every service, every product does not have to mean that you have to have the money right now. Some projects, they might got to pay you out. Some projects you might got to put a work in before the money fall. And
you said pay you out. What do you mean by pay you out?
So literally, like, you can have a contract that's worth $100,000, but you're not going to get the $100,000 right now.
Okay.
It's broken up into, okay, well, when you meet this milestone, when you meet this benchmark, when you accomplish this, when you do this, okay, this payout is this payout is that. Whereas in small businesses, they want the money right now. If I offer you this $100,000, but I say it's over, oh, no, I can't do that. Okay. I need my money right now. No, you don't.
Similar to how athletes, they get contracts, 10 million over 5 years, things like that.
And you need to think about contracts, big money, instead of that right now money. Like, I could be happy with that girl with t-shirt selling and getting $35 here, $35 here, and the $35 are coming in. Now, I'm not downplaying my $35 because I want the $35, right? But I like it when a school call me and tell me they want to purchase X amount of shirts for all of the kids. And, you know, now that instead of me, my order coming in for a $35, I got a whole classroom. They spent $650 on some shirts.
Right.
And all I had to do was show up and present my shirts, right? I would prefer that to constantly happen to me over and over again versus that one payment. Now, because it's a school, they might say, hey, you know, come to the school, do the work, I'm going to send you a check. They might not have my money when I get there, but I know it's coming.
Right, yes.
So we cannot, but it's hard to get some out of the mentality that you gotta have.
Yeah, because that invoice is net 30
now.
Sometimes. You might have to.
And do you know that you can get loans off your invoices? You can get grants off your invoices of what is owed to you. So that is also another way that you can gain money for your business is by having outstanding invoices out. So if your merchant company sees that you got $15,000 pending and invoices coming in, they'll say, hey, you know, you want to take out, you need 5 of this right now, we'll pay, and then we'll get it when they pay it.
Exactly.
How amazing is that?
Yeah.
But if we don't use the proper POS systems, such as merchant services or accounting systems like Melio to show what is invoices and what come on, we got to get out of, you know, not recording our cash payments, Cash App, unless it's a business account, Venmo, and all of these different services that we're using to take payments. And in the end, we're not able to use it for capital. We're not able to use it to show to the bank because we don't have the appropriate accounting for what we're doing. So that hinders, though we talk about the small businesses not being able to get funding and things like that, it's because we don't, if the paperwork is not there, you might have made that money, but the money is all over these places. So the banker want to know, well, how I'm going to get my money?
Exactly.
If your money coming there, I need it from one source. So those are some of the, you know, tips that, you know.
Right. Tell them. Y'all listening? Are y'all listening? Please. Seriously. So, okay, I want to shift a little bit to, so Natasha is now single.
I'm single for the night.
Okay. So that's all I was about to ask. Is it a new boo? Is it, you know, are we dating?
Ooh, girl,
are we available?
Girl.
Come on now. You know I got to get to it because you super fine. So
all the way up, okay? So
you are open to being married again? Okay,
I
good.
cannot wait to be married again.
Yes.
I think once you're married, you never want to be a girlfriend in your life. Like, that's for me.
I could be a girlfriend while married. That's
exactly.
fun. But
that
still,
is fun.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I love being a girlfriend while married. I actually think about, me and my one of my best friends were joking and laughing about Cash Doll songs for everybody. It's one where it's one the wife and one is the girlfriend. They like, which one? I'm like, I'm both. Yeah, I'm the wife and the girlfriend in the relationship. I love everything about family life and being married. I love the whole institution that Jehovah God put together for a unit. And when people talk about divorce, like, you know, it's this glorious thing, or It was not for me. I hated every moment of it. Me and him both cried, when we got a divorce. And I could literally feel the yoke. Because this was your boo
from teenage years, right?
Yes,
y'all grew up.
We grew up together. So it was like a lot. In our families, we love, not just our immediate families. I'm talking about down to the cousins. Like, everybody loved each other,
That's
so
hard.
it was very hard just trying to, first of all, date at 35 after you've been with one man your whole life. And then now, all of a sudden, everybody like, what's up? I'm like, oh, I can actually go out on this date with and so it was like many times, Rocki, where I went on a date, girl. I felt about 16. Like, what am I about to say to him?
Was it so awkward?
It was awkward. So awkward, goofy.
Yeah, I could imagine it. I wouldn't even know what to do. Like, this dating scene, I wouldn't even know how to.
It's so on the surface.
Like, I wouldn't even know how to approach it. And I think I would, if I ever got to that point where I'm divorcing, I would probably just be by myself the rest. I might have a boo, get my oil changed every now and then because I want to get my freak on. But I don't know if I would see myself being in another long-term relationship. I would definitely date, but it would be so awkward too.
It's definitely, but it's not anymore. It's been some time now, like about 6 years now. So I didn't got the experience that I needed to have. I see the dating scene. Yeah. So what I learned though in this experience is that men haven't been loved. They don't even know what real love is. I think because if you've never been married before, I realize, or never had a long-term relationship. So the first thing I ask guys now is how long you've been in a relationship. And if they say 2 years or younger or no, or anything under 5, if you haven't been able to have a relationship for about 5 years, then I know that you're not for me, because I'm a long time. I'm a lifer, okay? So it's important for me to say, well, how many women have you dated? Oh, I just be like, nah, you ain't about to play with me. You is not. First of all, I'm not jumping in being on nobody's what do you call it? You're not about to rotate me in and out. I'm not on rotation. I'm a real woman, so I know what you're supposed to do for me.
Exactly.
Like, don't play.
And I'm not gonna beg you.
I'm never gonna beg you, and I expect it. Even if I'm not asking for it, I still expect you to do it. So if I gotta be the person to tell you something, then I'm definitely not interested in that. But I'm also interested in second chance. So if that person recognizes that I'm, pulling away, or I'm not, I'm with the conversation. Let's talk about it. Or, I didn't expect. We can have that, and if we can have that conversation and that communication and understanding between each other, I'm with going the distance and forgiving over and over again. But if you're just
that's
a person,
Pisces in you, y'all so loving and just so patient,
just so patient, so loving. I'm a hopeless romantic, for real.
I love that though. But Aries, we like that too. I'm like that too. Like, we just love to be in love. Like, it just, and we believe in that, the power of that, and what it could do for people.
Yeah, well, I think just love overall. God is love. That's the way that it's described. For me, that's what I really believe. Like, love just heals a multitude of things. You know what I'm saying? And
unfortunately, like you said, a lot of people haven't been shown.
They haven't been shown.
I don't even know if it's just the men, but women too.
Natasha,
like, I have to say, some of the women out here, and I love y'all sisters, but some of us, and I'm gonna say this for myself too. At times, it's been hard for me to accept love from people because of past hurts.
Man,
so I have had to work on that, like giving people that chance and that leeway. But
because I only was loved or went through that one relationship. Sometimes though, while I've been, while I've dated, men were showing me other things that I had not seen or had not felt, and I wasn't able to receive. I think I definitely let a couple get over. I'm like, dang, I should have been better. I should have been doing what I was supposed to do. If you come back now, I'm ready.
But you might not have been ready then.
For real, no, I think I was just healing so much that the first couple of years I just didn't know if it was really over.
That's a long time.
That was a long time.
You
so
spent
I
like
didn't
half
know.
your life with him, and y'all grew up. That's
more than half my life.
Do y'all still get along? Do y'all still? Are y'all? Is this?
Yeah, so it ain't no, I don't got no beef. He's the kid's father or whatever.
Now, like,
yeah.
I think
that there's always just
she just looking so good out here and so successful.
And honestly, we only communicate when necessary. The kids they speak to him whenever they feel like it. So it's no barriers. And in fact, when we divorced, I didn't put him on child support or spousal support. No, nothing. It just was like, okay. And even now, it's been times where I've gotten a little frustrated, and I'll be like, you know what? He done took care of me and the kids so long, then I probably should just be straight being a single mom right now. You know what? Go ahead, sir. Live your life. I got it. Answer the phone for the kids, though.
Right.
So that's really where we at with it.
Right.
Like, as long as he's a part of their life, when he, whatever he wants to do. Our oldest sons now, who I had while in high school, was 23 and 21.
Wow.
So they're grown now. And then we just have the baby who's 15, and, she doesn't really require a lot, so there's really not a lot to talk about. So I love his family to death still. He loves my family to death still. And we just don't cross paths. And he's remarried too.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So just
men get remarried quicker than women.
Yeah.
Do y'all peep that?
They do. It's like they got one in the hole.
Taking care of them. Like, they
got one in the hole for sure.
Right.
But you want to know what I think? I just think that there's always someone waiting. Even with me, I believe that.
But it's always someone waiting for us too.
No, I was about to say
exactly. We're not picking them.
No,
like
and
that.
I definitely had people waiting. Like literally, it was guys
just
waiting for the moment. Like, okay, so that was interesting. But I think now that I have dated and seen with this, over the last 4 years was my first experience dating, man, I would be really honest in letting them know that I have never dated a guy. But you want to know what? They never believed me. They thought that I was just lying, like, oh, every girl. So I'm like, oh, do girls tell y'all this and it don't be true? Like, they like, no, but eventually when they got to know me, they knew it was the truth for real. But I would be, hey, yo, this is my first time doing this or whatever, so I need you to be gentle with me. I need you to do this. So I just want to say this about black men. I love them. Mm-hmm. They help heal me.
Yes, we do.
They, even in this dating period, when I explain to them, like, where I came from, man, I can tell you that I've been treated amazing. I love every single black man that I've come encounter with, that I've dated, even whether it worked or not, because I've been shown a massive amount of love from, and a lot of understanding. And so I don't have any beef with anyone. I could just really be like, you know what? I'm scared. Like, I've just been scared of loving again. And finally now, I felt like I've done enough healing work where I'm able to love again and to receive it and not run away from it, shut down.
Come on, let's get back out there.
Listen, because it was this guy I was in love with, okay? And y'all, I was watching YouTube, these dating channels, and y'all see what Derek Jackson got us right. So I'm watching it, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm hot,
baby.
I was on there listening to these people, and one girl was like, okay, you have to stop talking to the guy for 21 days, right? Why do it?
Why would you do that, though?
Why would I do?
Why?
I don't know. Right?
I don't agree with that whole Steve Harvey, you got to wait 90 days. Like, if the relationship ain't going to be, I don't know. I ain't even going to go off on that tangent because we got to wrap it up. I ain't going to go there. But you got to listen to what's best for you, though.
Yes. I learned that.
Because, like, when people ask me, like, well, what's the secret to being married? How do you stay married? I'm like, look, every couple's secret is different.
Everybody
like, what
is
works
different.
for me might not work for you. I mean, I can give you some general tips.
Yeah.
But what works for me?
Because everybody's relationship is really based off of your vibe. Like, it ain't about everyone else. And I learned that in marriage, I will never. One thing I do know for sure, no one could ever, ever, ever make me talk about my husband in a negative light, or I could never allow someone to disrespect my husband, like, in any way, shape, or form. And also learning to 1,000,000% keep sacred things sacred. Yeah. It ain't for everybody. Your relationship ain't even for your mama to understand. It ain't for your sister to understand. It ain't for your friends to understand. It's for me and him to understand it. And if me and him got to understand it, don't worry about our understanding. And it's just that, So I just being confident in that and knowing that, hey, this is between me and this person. And that's it. I don't care if you like them or not. I'm the one with them, so you're not supposed to like them. I'm happy you don't. Okay, thank you. I want to like them. Okay, so I think those things were all, and I also through my divorce, I learned that it wasn't just him. That it was me.
We gotta be accountable.
We gotta be accountable. We gotta be accountable.
We do.
Like,
we have to be accountable. And
I
that's
had
what I've learned
accountable.
too. Yeah, you gotta be accountable in relationships, especially like in my 40s with some of the friendships that have waned or people for a reason, season, or lifetime. You learn you gotta be accountable for your shit.
Yes, you have.
I gotta own that I had some accountability in that as well, because it takes two to be married.
It does, and you're not always perfect just because you're the woman. And then also,
we know we a mess. We know we high maintenance.
What?
We know we high maintenance. I know I am.
First of all, I know for sure I was spoiled. Nah.
Exactly. Look, listen. That's why it's called Rocki's reality.
Okay.
Listen, my husband you always say. I said no, it's only temporary for me as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
It's temporary. Not me. I'm not trying to be a brat, but I'm gonna find a way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find a way.
Yeah.
So let's wrap it up. I enjoyed you. But we gotta come to an end.
Oh, it went by so fast.
I know. That's what happened when you sitting here kicking it like your girlfriends. But because I know it's so much more. But before we end, is there anything you want people to know? What's coming up? What is that girl doing next?
Man, guys.
And then right quick, tell people where they can find you.
So, you guys can find me on IG at I'm That Girl Natasha. My websites are, I would prefer for you guys to connect through me there. www.iam-thatgirl.com, www.mydct.net. I'm on Facebook, guys. That's my favorite platform, by the way, is Facebook. I talk the most on there. The other ones, I do whatever I feel like it when I feel like. Y'all might not hear from me from whatever, okay? But on Facebook, I'm active every day. And I think I have some really amazing things coming up for the month of March 2023. I need you guys to save the date.
Is that our birthday month? Are you a March Pisces?
I am, but I don't even celebrate. I'm actually going to be 40, but I don't celebrate or whatever. But my birthday is March the 3rd. I'm going to be turning 40. So that's definitely, different, okay? But I did set goals for myself by the time I was 40, and I think I've really crossed them all off, except one or two. But March is just a really dope month. We're doing a sneakers ball at the Detroit Pistons facility March the 12th, and then we're going to do 313 day with the Pistons at the game. And then March the 27th, I'm actually going to be doing the pregame show or whatever, so I'm excited about that. And we're doing a charity basketball event with other brands like William Palmer, a New Era Detroit, and other brands that you guys know and love here in the city. So I'm bringing Sharon McDougal in from Houston for Women History Month and STEM. So March is actually called March Madness is what I'm going to be doing. And it is the 313 takeover. It's going to be crazy amazing. So I got a lot of partners lined up. A lot of great things. And then that month also marks the month where the studio is actually available in Georgia for me to start recording the TV show. Okay. So it's going to be a March Mad for real. So I'm really looking forward to the TV show. To complement the TV show will be a book. It's actually going to be titled the same thing. So you guys,
let me know if you need an editor.
Okay.
I still edit books, y'all. I still write and edit, by the way.
Okay, listen, please.
Listen.
Okay, I'm trying to get her to quit her job. Okay, listen, people. I tell so many people that you're going to quit your job. It happens every time. I'm telling you, quit the job. Do not be afraid to quit the job. Like, so many people are just holding on to it, but they'll quit you without even thinking about it. So you got to be able to, if you already are holding your purpose in your hand, if you're already living it and you're already doing it as a side and you've been doing it for a long time and you really want to walk away. I'm not telling the people to quit the jobs that didn't even start their dream or any of that. Don't get it twisted. But for those who already have been working on their passion on the side and kind of juggling both of them and trying to determine which should I do, where should I go?
No, I know which one I do. It's just these bills, but I know I could potentially make even more by letting it go.
Mm-hmm. But when you say potentially, that's not really telling yourself that you got it. You feel me? So you really hindering yourself right now. So you gotta just know it. You feel me? You gotta be like, I'm done.
I know I could.
I'm done.
Right, I could.
Yes, and you gotta literally write it out. You gotta start working on it. I've done this. I've seen so many people where
I done written it in my journal. It's written in several entries. But
well, Rocki gonna quit her job, y'all. Listen,
I need to let go of the fear. I do.
Yeah, let it go.
Because I've been working since I was 16. So that's the thing. Like, I'm used to that. You know, and you know how you was raised by your grandparents. You better get that good government job. You better go to work. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like, and that's how I told you how my mom was when I told her I wanted to quit. That's when she gave me that talk.
Yeah,
like girl, soon as but when I told her, she said, I said, I am out of here. Yeah. So I became an entrepreneur at 23 just from not being afraid. But you're a lot less afraid during that time. But even now, I think just being fearless in everything. Like, it's hard even waking up, walking outside of life right now. One of the things that just happened today, we see a lot of people losing hope. A lot of suicide is happening nowadays. So we just got to be hopeful. We got to be...
Because we still healing, I think. I think we're still grieving from the pandemic. And just, I think a lot of us have not really healed from that. And we're still going through that. It's upsetting, like, people, you know, like, shout out to, or rest in peace to DJ Twitch. That's unfortunate how you touch so many lives and now just gone. So
yeah, but what people don't need to understand is that people are just people, whether they're dope or not.
Yeah. And we all have our moments. And it's okay to let people know you are not okay at times. You have to let people know I'm not okay today.
I do. I send messages out to people who I believe that I can trust. And when there has been situations where I felt like, oh my gosh, I just do not want to live. I don't want to do anything. I am overwhelmed. I am tired. And I'll send a message out that say, hey, can you pray for me? Or, hey, I'm feeling overwhelmed, or whatever the case may be, because it's just a split moment where you feel that depression. But if you don't get it out and it's just marinating and you just sitting in it and you so afraid to open your mouth to say, I am struggling right now.
Girl.
Hey, I need a moment. I sent out an email to my staff and let them know what I'm going through. Hey, guys, I'm suffering through PTSD right now.
Right.
And this is what it looks like for me. Right. So if you see that there is a delay in response, if you see that I'm not doing this or this, that, and a third, I want you guys to know that it's not happening like it used to happen, because I am experiencing this episode right now and I cannot control it. I think my staff love me so much for just being human. Because in time, guess what they do? They call me and they be like, I'm going through this. And so I'll be like, just take the day off. Like, forget it. Like, you know, because
I think that's how you really connect with people, being transparent. And I think that's how...
Reality.
Right. That's how I've definitely gained the support and people, the respect of who I am. Because they know I'm going to say, like, look, I ain't feeling the shit today. This is that. This is what's happening. This is the bad stuff that has happened. So we have to be, and I like that text we had when I was like being in my editor mode. Yeah. So I'm trying to edit the text, y'all. And Natasha, like, I know what you meant.
Yeah, like, you ain't gotta be. You
correct.
Please do not correct your text for me.
Girl, the OCD editor in me was like, I love now we can edit the text message. My best friend be like, girl, I know what you meant. Like, Robert, I asked her too, like, did you see that? So that's my
and
craziness.
It's about that perfect.
That's my OCD-ness.
And it's also the idea that the world or other people expect for you to be this perfectionist or to be perfect. Yeah. Like, I get people all the same time that say, "Oh, you do this. I expect for you to do this," or "I'm surprised you're not."
Don't expect anything.
Yeah,
no, don't put your expectations on me, because I'm not always gonna meet them.
Yes.
So
or when they meet me and I'm not who they imagined that they thought that I was, when I'm like really just chill and just kind of like checking out the environment, and they want me to, you know, be something that I'm not, or they expect for me to show up a certain type of way and I don't. I feel like that's a lot of pressure, especially on the influencers in the world. I think about Whitney Houston. Listen.
Oh, child, we can't even go there. We're going to have to wrap it up.
But,
God.
I was about to tell you about Whitney. Because Whitney,
right quick, and then we're going to wrap it up.
Y'all.
She is my auntie in my head.
Listen, Whitney was telling us what type of woman she was the whole time, but the world wanted to see her as this sweetheart.
Right.
As this really...
She like,
but she from the hood,
I'm from Jersey.
So I just really believe, I don't care what room I show up in. y'all gonna see every part of me.
Yeah.
Because I'm just showing up as me.
Yeah.
And if you can tap me and be like, hey, sis, okay, do this, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to adjust because I know that there's an etiquette in every room. I can adjust to the etiquette, but I am me. I don't care what your perception is, who you think I'm going to be, who you want me to be. I got a photographer come take a picture of me for a award, and she like, you a beautiful woman, but you need to lose weight. Thanks for this. Now, how do you want me to... She said that? Yeah, how do you want me to smile after that? Should I show teeth or should I swallow my tongue? Or how do you want me to feel now that we're taking the picture? Now, you could have told me that, but it's a time and a place for everything.
No, you didn't need to tell me that, really. You could have kept that shit to yourself.
Yeah, really. I guess not really, because if that's if you feel like that's your assistance to me, but it is a time and a place for it.
Nah.
But anyway.
Nah, I think you putting your biases and your bullshit on me when you do that.
Yeah.
But we not, don't let me get on my soapbox.
Almost got, but that is real,
you know,
though.
the fat girl in me is like, fuck what you talking about.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I don't
be
believe, man. Let me
but
tell you
I
what
get what you're saying. What you ain't even worth the time and energy.
Yeah,
Certain people
I know
ain't.
I'm lit anyway, so it don't even matter. I done been every size, and I done seen the reaction for it. Nothing changed. It's the person. It's literally the person. It has nothing to do with what you look like.
Yeah, because I've had women who are like 100 pounds lighter than me inbox me like, I can't believe you was wearing a 2-piece. I would never wear a 2-piece.
I get that all
I'm like, girl, you like 100 pounds less than me. You are considered the ideal weight. What would you be? What are you, girl? Because I got stretch marks. And I'm like, girl, man, you gotta embrace that body while we here. But anyway, we gotta wrap it up. Thank you, Natasha. This your first time, but it ain't your last.
Oh, okay.
So
thank you.
Let's get ready. To come back in 2023.
Okay.
Let's
March.
March. Right.
For March
we can put that on. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. That'll be around our birthdays. Hopefully I'll be headed out of town for my birthday. But
yes, but we are gonna be there. We're gonna be at the Pistons, guys.
December
the 27th.
Oh, okay.
December the 28th. December the 28th with so many of some amazing small business owners, media in the driver's seat with Dr. T and Regina Woodward. They're going to be coming out. We got some really cool Fugue on the Fly, some really cool people coming out to exhibit December the 28th at the game. So it's pistons.com/thatgirl, and we got to get kicked out. I'm getting kicked out, y'all. No more plugs.
Thank you for watching Rocki's Reality. We appreciate you. See you next year. Happy holidays. I will be back on air January 19th, and I will be joined by the Renika McQueen Eccles, a filmmaker of Cain and Abel and A Family Divided. So another dope woman. Y'all already know what we do here. So I would love to introduce you to her. But thank you, everyone, for watching again. And thank you, Natasha, for coming.
Thank you for having me. It's been a blast.
You're welcome.